Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Brian Donnelly. I'm a distilled spirits expert and a veteran of the alcohol beverage industry. And the goal of this channel is to educate consumers more about the alcoholic beverages that they drink. Today I'm going to be talking about the Ezra Brooks brand from Luxco, which might just be one of the most underrated bourbon brands out there. Today I'm going to talk through, taste, and compare the Ezra Brooks 99 Bourbon, the Ezra Brooks 99 Rye, the Ezra Brooks 99 Port Cask-Finished Bourbon, and the Ezra Brooks Bourbon Cream. I'm going to be referencing some notes that I wrote so I can communicate all this information correctly. If you would like to read my full write-up on this brand, I'll include a link below in the description. And before I taste through this product, I want to talk about a little backstory of the brand. The Ezra Brooks brand is produced at Lux Road Distillers, a 90-acre distillery property in Bardstown, Kentucky, about an hour and a half south of Louisville by car. The distillery also produces and bottles the following bourbon brands: Rebel, David Nicholson, Davis County, and Blood Oath. The Ezra Brooks brand was created in 1957 by Frank Silverman and bottled at Hoffman Distilling Company in Lawrenceburg, Kentucky. In 1976, the Medley Distilling Company in Owensboro, Kentucky produced Ezra Brooks, which became their best-selling brand. In 1993, the St. Louis-based spirit supplier Luxco purchased the Ezra Brooks bourbon brand. Luxco was previously known as the David Sherman Corporation. In 2016 and 2017, the brand updated their packaging and released the Bourbon Cream and Rye. In 2018, Lux Row Distillers opened, and Ezra Brooks and several other Luxco bourbons finally had a production home. In 2021, the Ezra Brooks brand released the 99 proof, which became the new standard bottling proof for the bourbon and rye, and the Ezra Brooks 80 proof was discontinued. I'm going to read through a couple more notes on the distillery, or Lux Row Distillers. So, it was built on a historic 90-acre farm in Bardstown, Kentucky, which is also known as the bourbon capital of the world. The master distiller, John Rempe, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, especially considering I just recently met him, has been part of the Lux Row Luxco family for over 20 years. The distillery has distilled over 60,000 barrels worth of bourbon. There are 10 barrel warehouses, each with a capacity of 20,000 barrels. And a barrel aging warehouse in Kentucky is often referred to as a rick house or rack house. The still is a handmade custom copper still from Vendome Copper and Brass based out of Louisville, and it is 43 feet tall with a 46-inch diameter. The distillery is a member of the Kentucky Bourbon Trail, and there are tours and tastings available year-round. In October of 2024, I got the opportunity to visit Lux Row Distillers, and it's definitely worth it. It's a great, quick tour, and it's a beautiful property and a beautiful distillery. So if you're in the area of Bardstown, visiting Lux Row Distillers is definitely worth the time. All right, the first product I'm going to talk about today is the Ezra Brooks 99 Bourbon. So you might be familiar with the Ezra Brooks brand. Originally, the brand produced both an 80 proof and a 99 proof. Luxco has discontinued the Ezra Brooks 80 proof, so now the regular Ezra Brooks is the Ezra Brooks 99 proof. The Ezra Brooks 99 Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey is the brand's flagship product. The bourbon is distilled from a mash bill of 78% corn, 10% rye, and 12% malted barley, aged for 4 years in new charred American oak barrels, and then charcoal filtered and bottled at 99 proof or 49.5% ABV. Charcoal filtering is legally mandated for Tennessee whiskey, also known as the Lincoln County process, but it is highly uncommon for Kentucky bourbon. This extra step gives Ezra Brooks a unique, mellow flavor. I'm going to read through the tasting notes provided to me by the brand. So, the tasting notes are caramel and vanilla with hints of spice, chocolate, complete with a smooth, warm finish. Alright, pretty generic bourbon notes. Let's taste through it and see how they compare. Got a fresh bottle here. It's got a really nice, just classic bourbon nose. Let's see how it tastes on the palate. That's really good. You can definitely tell, this is a higher proof. It's not too boozy. You feel the proof, but it's pretty well integrated. You have some really good classic bourbon flavors in there. It's interesting that this product is charcoal mellowed because it's almost got a lighter body, like it's a less dense body. Sometimes when you drink a high proof, non-chill filtered bourbon, it's almost got this viscosity, like you could chew it. This is pretty light on the palate, and I don't mean light in flavor, I mean light in texture. So I wonder if that extra charcoal filtering really changes the body of this product. But very tasty. We'll talk about pricing here in a second if I think it's worth it. But great classic bourbon flavor. It's got some good proof to it, but it's not overwhelming. It's not too boozy. Relatively short finish, but this is we'll talk about pricing here, but this is an entry-level bourbon, so that's to be expected. I just want to say I'm based in Tulsa, Oklahoma, so I'm going to be communicating Oklahoma retail pricing. The pricing in every state is going to be different, so please check your local liquor store for more accurate pricing. So a 750 milliliter bottle of Ezra Brooks 99 bourbon is going to retail somewhere between, let's call it $22 and $24. So for $22 or $24, I definitely think this product is worth it. You're getting almost 100 proof bourbon. You're getting good classic flavor. I think the charcoal filtering part, gives it something a little bit different. Some people are going to like that. Some people are not. But, I think for this price point, this product is a no-brainer. I think the consumer gets a lot of value. This brand is certainly not as popular as other brands at this price point, so that's why I think this offers a real value for the money for customers. The price of this product hasn't been overinflated by its own popularity. The next Ezra product is the 99 Rye. It's got the classic green label for a rye whiskey. Very similar packaging. So the mash bill for this product is 51% rye, 45% corn, and 4% malted barley. And again, it's bottled at that 99 proof or 49.5% ABV. And the tasting notes provided by the brand for this product are hints of chocolate, leather, vanilla, spicy grains, balanced by slightly sweet and oaky tones. I don't believe I've ever tried the Ezra Brooks 99 Rye, and I love American rye whiskey, so I'm very excited to try this here on camera. So, got a fresh bottle. Ooh, that's got a really nice nose. Let's see how it is on the palate. Ooh, that's really good. Big flavor. Really tasty. I think this tastes less, so this product is also 99 proof. I think this product tastes less boozy. The alcohol is less prevalent in the flavor than the bourbon. And maybe because there's no charcoal mellowing on this, or the rye flavor gives it that extra punch that really balances the alcohol in this. But this is really, really tasty. Yeah. The alcohol is much better integrated. The rye flavor is really good, but not overpowering. It's got good flavor. Again, this is an entry-level product, so a short finish shouldn't be too surprising. We'll talk about pricing here in a second. But that's really good. I think that dramatically exceeded my expectations. One time I was spending some time with the national brand ambassador for Smooth Ambler, which is a American whiskey and bourbon brand out of West Virginia that is now owned or partially owned by Pernod Ricard. And he was talking about how, for American rye whiskey, you have a couple different styles. You have that super high rye, then, classic 95.5. So it's 95% rye, 5% malted barley, that mash bill and flavor profile that is so well pioneered by MGP, now Ross and Squibb in Lawrenceburg, Indiana. And then he has what you call fake bourbon. And I just thought that was hilarious. He was talking about rye whiskey that is, just over the legal limit. So like, for example, to be a rye whiskey, it has to be 51% rye by mash bill, just like bourbon has to be 51% corn by mash bill. And so looking at the mash bill for the Ezra Brooks rye, it's 51% rye. So right at the legal minimum, and 45% corn. So that's quite a bit of corn for American rye whiskey. And I think that gives it such great balance. I love American rye whiskey, but I like, to quote this guy, fake bourbon, where it's a rye whiskey, but it's not that 95.5, that super high, sharp, spicy, almost dill pickle-like rye whiskey. I like, rye has so much flavor, and that's why I like high rye bourbons compared to wheated bourbons, and I think this really fits the bill. There's great rye flavor, but it's still really well balanced. It's not overpowering. It's not one-dimensional. And, we're about to talk about pricing. I think this is why this product is so tasty. So looking at my pricing here, this product is even cheaper, or I should say even more affordable. This product would retail in my market, let's call it $21 to $23. So this product is incredibly worth the money. I mean, absolutely no questions asked. Talk about bang for your buck value. I think the Ezra Brooks bourbon is worth it. I think the Ezra Brooks rye is even more worth it at this price point for what you're getting. If you're not terrified of rye flavor, I think this product offers a ton of value. And I think rye whiskey, particularly this style of rye whiskey, is incredibly versatile for cocktails. Most people make their cocktails too sweet anyway. So you could put this in an old fashioned or a Manhattan. And, the high proof and the good rye flavor would really help punch through the other ingredients, and it would really hold its own in, one of these traditional classic whiskey forward cocktails. All right, the next product is their port cask-finished bourbon. Very similar packaging. So you have black for the bourbon, green for the rye, and this kind of pink purple for the port. Very unified packaging on all these. In 2024, this product hit my home market of Oklahoma as a LTO or limited time offering, but then we got more and more inventory and it became readily available. So I'm filming this in December 2024. I'm not sure if Luxco plans on keeping this product as a permanent line extension, but as of now, you can get it absolutely no problem. There's plenty of inventory. It's not allocated in any sort of way. So there's not a ton of transparency on this product, but at this price point, you probably don't expect it. So what they're doing is they're taking the Ezra Brooks 99 bourbon, which I've already discussed, and finishing it in port casks. And port is a sweetened fortified wine from Portugal, and it's very, very popular right now to finish whiskey in port. You first saw it in Scotch single malt whiskey, and now you're seeing it in American whiskey. I actually did a full standalone video on 10 recommendations for port cask-finished American whiskey that are not allocated, so that you can find those products every day. I love cask-finished whiskey. I especially love port cask-finished whiskey. And so I made an entire video where I went through and explained the difference between 10 different options at multiple different price points. So definitely give that video a watch. I'll have it linked below in the description. All right, let's look at the tasting notes provided to me by the brand. So tasting notes are vanilla, tobacco, leather are in perfect harmony on the nose with sweet fruitiness and dark chocolate on the palate. Let's give it a taste. Oh yeah, you can definitely smell the port on the nose. It's got a really, really nice nose. If you like cask-finished whiskey and you like port. Ooh, Yeah, that's got a ton of flavor. That is really tasty. There's some good sweetness from that port cask finish without it being overpowering. I think the bourbon still holds up in this. A little bit longer finish than you get with the regular bourbon. And you're able to definitely get some of those classic port flavors, that kind of concentrated sweet fruitiness, dark chocolate. I could definitely taste that. So this product is also 99 proof or 49.5% ABV, just like the bourbon, just like the rye. These three products are all 99 proof. And I think the alcohol in this is pretty well integrated. And I think the fact you're getting that higher proof at this price point offers a lot of value for consumers because it's great for cocktails. You know, the base spirit doesn't get lost or doesn't get overwhelmed. It's able to hold up to other ingredients. People that just want higher proof items because, you know, they offer more flavor and they offer more value, I think you'll really, really enjoy this. So let me check my pricing. All right, in my home market, the Ezra Port Cask-Finished Bourbon would retail somewhere between $26 and let's call it $28. For $26, $28 to get a port cask-finished bourbon at 99 proof, I think this is definitely worth the money and offers a tremendous amount of value for the consumer, especially if this product's available all the time and you don't have to worry about it being allocated. And the final product in the lineup is the Ezra Brooks Bourbon Cream. Beautiful white label. I got to try this product for the first time in October when I was visiting the Lux Row Distillers, and it absolutely blew me away. I'm about to taste it here on camera, but I know that this is a super delicious product. All right, let's try it. Fresh bottle. So as you can see, you know, it definitely is a cream-based product. And the tasting notes on this product are cinnamon, nutmeg, and a caramel blend with undertones of vanilla and sweet pecan on the nose. Buttery caramel is followed by sweet toffee and a smooth, warm finish on the palate. Very subtle nose, but then again, you know, who's nosing bourbon cream? Oh, that's so good. So good. All right, so the rest of the Ezra Brooks line was 99 proof. This product is 33 proof or 16.5% ABV. The brand's using the Ezra Brooks bourbon as the base spirit for this product. I can't speak to how long this product stays good once it's been opened, but I would recommend you keep it in the refrigerator. And with how tasty this product is, hopefully it won't be around too long. Let's look at pricing. So Ezra Bourbon Cream is going to retail in my market somewhere between, let's call it $19 and $21. At $19, $20, $21, I think this product is definitely worth the money. And considering that there's often inventory restriction on the Buffalo Trace Bourbon Cream, just like a lot of different Sazerac products, I think this product is an absolute killer for the Buffalo Trace Bourbon Cream. I think it's priced more competitively. I believe it tastes better, and you should be able to find it a lot easier because there's absolutely no inventory restrictions from the supplier. So I highly recommend you go try this, especially around the holidays. There you have it. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video and maybe even learned something. One of the reasons I wanted to highlight the Ezra Brooks brand is because it offers a great bang for your buck. It offers consumers a lot of value for the money. And because it isn't as popular or trendy as other brands, you know, it often is either unknown or completely overlooked by consumers. But I wanted to make this video to show you that these products are tasty, they are worth the money, and you should definitely give them a try. If you'd like to support this channel further, please consider becoming a Patreon member or gift me a cocktail through the link below in the description. Thank you for your support. If you'd like to be notified whenever I have new content on my website or this YouTube channel, please consider subscribing to my email newsletter. I'll leave a link below in the description. And as always, please drink responsibly. Cheers.